It's been so long. I have no idea what happened or where we stopped. No bloody idea what our plan was either, so let's just go load. 8th of January, Jesus, have we been playing 7 days for that amount of time? That's... Wow, okay. Well, let's go with that, I guess. Did we talk to her already? Oh, Jesus, what was that about again? And this is a little loud as well. Oh yeah, sing karaoke. Okay, let's just try. To talk about her associates, you need to find sufficient tragic tape, then play it on the boombox to memorize the lyrics. Then ask the cafeteria manager. Okay, that's that. Oh yeah, that was the nightclub. And there's this thing living in here, isn't it? And we need to... I think we found the jacket. We need to go back to this guy. If I remember, we found the jacket already, so... the horrific necktie is getting ready for the end game. Anyway, take stuffed bird to guard. It's fixing star, you have found another stuffed bird. Not the same bird, but not broken either. When did we find a stuffed bird? I can't remember that at all. Oh my hat. Sweet lord, I have no idea anymore what to do. Let's quickly see. The woman is still hunched over the keyboard, gently illuminated by the purring machine. Sorry, but who are you? What are you doing here?
I am Sona Lukanen Kilde, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident and RSA radios. I have over 16 years of programming experience, and I'm proficient in both Vox and Orbis languages. If you're not here to hire me, I don't really know how can I help you.
She turns back to the terminal. Have you seen... Oh yeah, the crab man. I forgot about this. Have you seen the crab man? No. But you know he's around. Yes. God, she is hard to talk to. He must have seen you. And the crabman has seen you. I don't care. I don't care about crabman. She barely looks up, now tinkering with the machine's printer. She's weird. How do you feel about a Nordic dance music? What? I hate it. I bet she hasn't even heard it. Okay, Okay, wow, that was quick. Why do you hate it? Maybe I'd have to be on drugs to get it, but to a sober mind, it just sounds like uninspired rug whipping. No idea what it has to do with either dancing or music. Right, but how do you feel about a club for Nordic dance music? This is about those speed freaks in the tent, isn't it? She looks up, shaking her head. I have got some news for you. It's not a nightclub they want to build here. Well, what is it then? Take a guess, why don't you? A petting zoo place for animals. No, really? The lead programmer sighs. I can't believe they got you so easily. Go have another talk with those up-and-coming entrepreneurs, will you? Thank you. Good luck, the lieutenant notes. I'm not coming in there. Why are there so many machines in this place? I brought them here. These are my machines. Please don't touch anything. That's not answering the questions. Well, it kinda is, but what? What about those bowls of water over there? They're connected to my ream. Perfect. She looks up. Whatever you do, just please don't move them, okay? Thanks. I so want to go over there and move all of them. What are you doing with your radio computer? I'm working. I hate people like this where you have to drag everything out of the mouth. Ooh. Working on what? Could you... She closes her eyes. Could you just... Shh for a moment? I'll get to the point. I really need to focus on something. You're kind of that person. Well, don't worry. I will tell you what I want to know. It's not just rudeness. It's really is hard to concentrate on whatever she needs to do, and you're not helping. I'm not here to help her. She's there to help me. What? Why do you need an antenna? Point to it. I use the AR1 as my REM Perfect processing unit. Huh? REM Perfect, my radio computer, she explains. And that antenna, is it processing unit? Yes, she sighs. You really don't know anything about radio computers, do you? She has stopped working now. Do we know anything about radio computers? I don't really know much about anything in this world, to be honest. Alright, well, all radio computers perform operations up on air, so in order to gain more processing power, you need to invest in a good antenna. Wait, what's on air? On the front, the unified front of radio waves licensed and controlled by Lintel in the East Insulintic region. Really, by Lintel? My. It's all around us, she waves her hands. That's what on air means. Like love. And the air one, is it a good antenna? She stops to think. I guess it is. So far I've been quite satisfied with it. Martinez is an unstable region with bad coverage, and the operation has been surprisingly stable. But it's not the cheapest one of the market, so I wouldn't recommend it for your regular red tape operations. Fraser 1000 is a foolproof line for civilians. Anyway, she turns back to her terminal, you should do some research before you decide to buy anything. Ask around, compare the prices. There are many millions dedicated to that sort of thing. She liked telling you this. It calmed her nerves. Well, now I'm done talking to her. Right, I will try not to touch anything. Next question. Great. She twirls back into the glowing terminal. What are you doing in an abandoned church? You really like those questions, don't you? There's a hint of amusement in her tired eyes. I'm a police officer. It's my job to ask questions. I am conducting a scientific research here. You can't throw me out, she says, ready to stand her ground again. What research? I'm looking for the location of a 2mm hole in the world. Wait, what? The lieutenant raises his brows but doesn't say anything. A hole in the world? What does that mean exactly? Exactly, what does it mean? There's something frantic about her as she locks her gaze with you, eyes shining like pearls. Up to now, it has been impossible to say what it is because it's impossible to measure nothing. Yeah, but why you look for nothing? What do you think it is? What qualities does nothing have? How do you measure something that does not exist? She's suddenly absorbed in the conversation, waiting for your answer. That's a little above your pay grade at the moment. Hold on a moment. Does that mean we are now living in a world that has holes in it? I don't know. Are we? That's what I'm trying to figure out here, but how do I figure it out? What? I can't even understand how we are talking about something that doesn't exist, let alone measure it. You measure it by its surroundings, by that which does exist, she replies. Which is what I've been trying to do. I've tried using transducers to record the silence, to find out where it begins. But honestly, it's not progressing very well. She grows silent, staring at her circle of basins. It looks like some ancient ritual. But does it have anything to do with necroplasmic life forms, ghosts in everyday parlance? What? Is the hole connected to the data loss in your journal? Yes. That's what led me here. She stares at the burnished antenna on the nearby table. But I suspect it might be something a bit more complicated than that. Do you have any ideas where this hole might be located? Somewhere underneath those roof beams, I assume. She looks up, eyes trying to pierce the pitch black heights above, but without much success. Why don't you just build a ladder and go up there? Strange things may flourish in the dark. But why there? There's this place at the back of the church, a place where all audible vibrations seem to decease. I've named it the Shallow. And the higher you go, the less you record. The Pillar of Silence? Are you sure it's not just an architectural quirk? Maybe, but it's oddly close to the physical coordinates of the data loss that led me to this place. And this is where the crapman lives! I know. You don't think the crabman might be somehow responsible here? No, I don't. What? She sounds mildly annoyed by this line of questioning, her hands typing hundreds of commands into the machines. Well, I want to go back to the crabman, though. Does it have anything to do with ghosts? Ghosts? She repeats. No, I don't think so. I don't believe in ghosts. What about supernatural entities? I don't believe in them either. What not many know is necroplasma does exist. Great. What are we talking about and why? She gets back to work, a clear signal that this branch of the conversation is over. You said that the research isn't going so well. Why not? Because it's just trial and error, trying to locate the swallow, the exact point in space. And I don't have a... She stops mid-sentence. You know what? It would be really helpful if you could just stop talking and let me work. Alright, that's all I wanted to know about the scary 2mm hole in the world for now. Great, her hands are a whirl on the keyboard, thanks. Okay, I guess we leave her alone now. Okay. How do you spot things? Oh, it was top. Can we... What is this? Can we go through there? Oh, that's the window, okay. You should kneel. No. Cold wind seeps in from the cracks of the glass. We did this already before. Snowdrifts cover the floorboard at your feet. Above you feel her multicolored eyes on you, inspecting you. As if under a microscope. No, we are looking up, definitely. You look up. The woman looks down at you standing there. She towers among her followers, architects, laymen, courtiers. There is a sad smile on her lip and a glint in her green-blue eyes. Of what? Compassion? Remorse? She acknowledges the passing of someone who is still alive. You. It's morning then. As the terrible word passes through your mind, the lieutenant draws an X-shaped cross from shoulder to shoulder. Well, we're gonna have to do the same now. Your fingertips touch your chest 4 times as you stand in the apricot-colored light of the window. Above you, the woman still smiles, her distant smile sounded by the crack in the glass. Oh, I don't know what to go with. Are we reconstructing the cracked glass? We may retry this. I want to do both, but let's go with this one. Oh, we did it! A jigsaw of broken shards falls into place in front of you. A ghostly reconstruction of the stained glass window. Before it was shattered, there was an older woman beneath the younger one, and a text, a leitmotif, below them both. What shattered this mosaic? Unknown. Who is this older woman? The escutcheon on her throne says Irene the Navigator. She is depicted as an older woman wearing thick-rimmed eyeglasses, holding a golden Reichsapfel in one hand and a scepter in the other. This is the queen, her innocence day advised above, she herself is whole. What? DJ, hi, thank you for the host. Small figures of wise men, common men, worshippers walk up the stairs to stand at her feet. Secret Service men, Theriers, stand in a row guarding her. Must have taken years to produce this work in all its dizzying detail. The motto, what does it say? Below, both women, in luminous black letter, Après la vie morte, après la mort. I don't know, la vie de nouveau. I don't know. And then along the left side, some more French stuff. Lieutenant, this used to say afterlife, death after the world, the pale, after the pale, the world again. Wait, death, life again, he nods, after the world, the pale, after the pale, the world again, This exhalation is common in Dolorian sacralism. In the early years, it was even incorporated as the RCM slogan, no more, however. What's the RCM motto now? DJ, I'm playing a story game, song request ain't up, sorry. Justice, union, prudence, and force. I like the other one better. So do I. Step back. So, how did I know this is the mother of humanism? Despite the damage you've done to yourself, the title appears lodged in your hippocampus. This is her innocence, Dolores Day, the innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state, perhaps the most famous human being ever to have lived. No amount of Commodore Red can wipe her sad smile from your brain thing. It has survived the deluge of and haunts you still and will haunt you forever as it haunts all men. Wait, what? I don't get this at all anymore. Who was this Dolores Day again, and why are we bothered about her? I forgot about this. I literally forgot about this. I can't remember. Wait, what exactly is an innocence? I have read a book, but it was fuzzy. The highest category of historic individual, an embodiment of the world spirit. A ruler? More, an innocence is elected to office by the founding party, a precedent that has taken place a mere 6 times in the entirety of history. The legal system of the Real Belt is built to accommodate innocentic rule should it coincide with our time. An innocence is infallible. The decisions made by one are not decisions, they are inevitables. What would have happened anyway, only accelerated, packed into decades instead of centuries. An innocence is a continuous compressed event, a sacred human being. It is an honor and a glory to live when one is in office. Okay. Is one in office now? No, we are all alone, but why is there none? Okay, when did she rule? 300 years ago, in the wake of the discovery of this Isola. The Insulindian. Don't, DJ, don't even think about it. By explorers from the continent of Mundi, she is, among other things, the innocence of intersolar travel and the connected world. What else do I know about her? Why am I asking? Okay. Many things, you know. She was a woman of the court, the wife of an influential marquise, and eventually the principal advisor to Irene La Navigator. Really? Irene La Navigator, queen of Circene, modern-day Solar-Clef, also that she was gorgeous beyond beauty. Draped in ancient sadness, are you sure you want to remember this bit of historic trivia? Standing under her long, slender form like this, dwarfed? Yes, big bummer. Boring history. Gotta keep it light, man. Keep it moving. Get fucked up instead. The horrific necktie is so brilliant when it talks. Are we keep going with this? She seems to be a figure that keeps turning up everywhere. Okay. Where's she coming from? The past. It's a silo of sadness, fermenting. You should keep away. Fuck this pain, Bratton. It's unhealthy. I need a voice for the horrific necktie. DJ, you need to be the horrific necktie. I'm kidding. No, you must know. Okay, what else? Was she smart? Terribly. Women of the court were expected to play both contract bridge and chess sufficiently well to prove an interesting challenge to a man. A similar grasp in matters of philosophy, theology, and science was encouraged. She was by all means a kept woman. She made the most of her position in the antediluvian court, a court visited by the most prominent thinkers and artists of the day. In secret, she was becoming the era's preeminent philosopher of the state, a scalpel, a piercing gaze. She was an almost preternaturally magnetic and intelligent individual. To her contemporaries, she appeared out of time, a messenger from the future of the species. We all fell in love with her, head over heels. Even before she was declared an innocence, her influence was tremendous. It was on her advice that Irene La Navigateur sponsored a number of voyages into the Pale, a costly, often tragic endeavor ultimately vindicated by the discovery of the new world, the piece of reality you're standing on. Wasn't the Pale something? Wait a second. Wasn't that where the Mets came from the Pale, which we can't make? She was crowned 2 years after the first expedition returned, setting in motion what is widely considered the greatest era in history, the DeLorean era. I don't care. Okay, let's go with wow. Let's not be stupid. Wow, indeed. When her innocence was declared and the queen she had advised for years fell on her knees before her, she was so overcome with emotions that her lungs started glowing in her chest. Ah, that explains the picture then. Bystanders reported golden filaments lightening the already sunlit chamber around her, clearly visible beneath her dress. That is why the lungs are the symbol of love for the cultures of the Real Belt. Was there something terrifying about her? Terrifying is a term too emotionally charged for your semantic memory, or what remains of it, but terrifying. It's a simple word. She was bad for humanity, and you shouldn't have started thinking about her. Why? No, now I need to know. No, was there something bad about her? I want to know. You already do. Although she is often considered to be the greatest human being to ever live, there was something ominous about Dolores Day, constantly surrounded by her theories. Therias. That's the little helper's helper there. She was the most socially secluded and least self-aware of all the innocences. Some modern thinkers would consider her a war criminal for the campaigns she waged against the mask state, and then there were the resettlement programs. The mask state tried to detach itself from innocentic rule. Parts of the world were experiencing whiplash from accelerating into secularism. Her mandatory education programs and mass resettlement of upstream Maghreb were problematic as well. These centers were suppressed by a military force she called the Army of Humanity. She adored chess, yes, but also military war games. Dolores Day often holds a tiny tin soldier between her index finger and thumb, in icons such as this. She was also blonde, the blondest woman you have ever seen, with green eyes, the color of the Pisantic mare interregnum. Little is known of her Marchese husband. It's as if he vanished from history after completing his role, which was to introduce Dolores Day to court. In conclusion, yes, there is something lonely, paranoid, and even terrifying that people seldom mention but feel when they think of her. This subtle terror is part of her iconography. Lieutenant, Jeffreiter, you have stood there for over 5 minutes. The lieutenant's calm voice echoes in the cold air of the church. What are you thinking of, if I may ask? You may ask, but... Yeah, war criminal! Glowing lungs, well that's fucked up. Yes, glowing lungs are quite unusual. After that one time they have not been reported to glow. He takes his glasses off to clean them. You know, this church, the coast, we shouldn't linger. Finish what you came here to do and let's move on. This isn't a good place to get lost in. But this is Dolores Day? The old woman in the village was right. He looks around. This must be the Dolorian Church of Humanity in Martinez, or the small Pinewood Church in some records. You knew of this place? It's a minor landmark, not easy to find. Most maps misplace it. He lowers his voice. It was built not long after Ravachol's founding, 300 or so years ago, by first-generation settlers. Yell slut. She was in innocence! Can you be both? What else do you know? There used to be 7 stave churches on the coast. Les Sept Sœurs, they call them. The 7 Sisters. Only that one remains. The rest were burned in the revolution or used for building materials. She would earn sluts. We should be respectful here, El Grande, although the building appears to be deserted. I do not believe you'll find anything connected to the lynching here. Something else, perhaps. He looks at the machinery lying around. Respectful? Is the lieutenant a follower of Dolarianism? There is it again, a small pang of guilt. It's time to ask him what happened here. Better not to intrude. Oh no, we intrude. Do you know why it was abundant? I have a theory, yes. There's a pause, then he continues. There was a police raid while back. I heard the place was shot to pieces. The old woman in the village was being tactful with us when she didn't mention it. She has more respect for the RCM than many around here. Who conducted this raid? Well, your station was involved, I hear, although I can't be sure. You're not sure? 3 precincts were involved in the raid, and people say Precinct 41 was one of them. I literally don't remember being here. I'm pretty sure it was a clandestine operation. I don't know anything more about it, why it was conducted, or who participated. I try not to pry into extra-district matters. If I was here, I should find out what I was doing. Good luck. You will not get information on a confidential operation from your station secretary just by calling. If you really don't remember, it might be better to keep this one forgotten. It happened a while ago. It's unimportant to our business in Martinez now. Let's ask him, are you a follower of Dollarianism? Well, yes, we all are. Her name, body, and rule are synonymous with humanism. The laws we enforce are Dolorian in origin. Stroke your chin first. The woman looks by in silence, smiling enigmatically. I don't like her, she looks like a lever. I have no idea what you mean by that. We have been standing here long enough, we should look around or get out. Alright, let's go. Get out. Oh wait, we have a thought. Hey, psst! Look around. Psst! Hey you! Me? Yes, you! Word on the street is you're ready to start building communism again. Wait, again? Yes, you're ready to start building communism again. You've built it before, they have built it before. Hasn't really worked out yet, but neither has love. Should we just stop building love too? What? Love has worked out really well for me. I'm a love winner. Good. We need tender men like you building gargantuan communism. The word on the street is it's going to be 10,000 times larger than any communism previously attempted by human beings. Is that right? How comes there's word on the street? You keep saying things like down with the Borgios, eat the rich, sodomize the landowners, impale all people who have more than 25 real in their pocket, literally murder all human beings regardless of their political beliefs, that kind of stuff. I don't know where we're going with our character here. Eat the rich, sodomize the landowner. Did we say any of this? Murder all human beings regardless of their political beliefs. I've said some mildly left-wing things, but none of those. Oh yes, the mask of ambivalence. Don't deny it. You're about to rip it off and reveal the monstrous seven-eyed lamp of global communism that will devour and masticate mankind. Everyone can see that, so tell me, do you have any questions before we fire up the big communism builder, or do we get right down to it? Are we opting in on that? Wait, let's ask first, what is this even about? Failure, it's about failure. Well, I don't do failure though. Of course you do. You are failure. You are communism. Absolutely vanquished, beaten, curb-stomped, shat on. While everyone else is out partying, having a callous laugh, you will reverse the fortune of the workers of the world. You alone against every living thing, against every human alive. 800 trillion real in the hands of an impossibly well-organized ruling class, towering city blocks of banked men who have the ears of prime ministers, million-headed armies of nations, and the love of your own mother. You against the atom, the charm, and the spin, where the whole world failed. Matter failed to bend to human will. Human will failed to get out of bed and tie its laces. You alone, single-handedly, will rebuild the dreams of the working class. You are the last communist. Now get to work, comrade. No, it's too tiring. I got better things to do. I don't have it in me. I'm beat down and broken. Very well. I guess no one will build communism then. Tell the working man it's over, unless anyone has objections. Hey, Doppelgefreiter. Hey, Nabu. Isn't it a bit late for you? Shouldn't you be asleep? Ah. Anyone? Anyone else? There is no one? There's one. What should I do? You should build communism precisely because it's impossible. They really do want me to opt in. It's like all my inner voices tell me you need to build communism. At least for this character. We're gonna have to opt in there. You're in bed already? Well, I am happy to be a good night story and building some communism. Oh yeah, get the firing squads and the animal wagons ready. Roll your sleeves up and breathe in the pristine air. Oh wait, what? Wait, firing squads? You didn't say anything about those. Too late to back out now. You can't make an omelette without breaking a few million eggs. Right, now we roll up the sleeves. Thought gains. I don't have any. Do I have a point? I have one skill point. I could free another. -2 visual calculus. Temporary research. Okay. People think communism was some crazy idea that had its comeuppance 40 years ago. A fever that shook the world, never to return again. They were right. Until he woke up today, a spiritual corpse, responsive only to the call of Commodore Red, prostitutes and Krasmasov. For him, communism is still a thing. He will single-handedly raise the commune of O2 from the oceanic trench where it has been resting, covered in ghosts and seaweed. He is the big communism builder. Come, witness his attempt to rebuild communism in the year 51. Yeah, I wanna do this. Okay, we're gonna unlock one. I have one still point. I don't know which one. Let's go with that one. Unlock. How? Confirm. Right. There we go. Okay. I didn't think our character would go quite like this way, but hey. Who am I to argue with my inner voices in this game, right? Let's get out. I think we need to go back to that tent. Even though I don't know anymore where that was. It should be close by, but I want to have a look around as well. I remember this. We pressed a button or something here. What was that? Oh no, that's the phone. Never mind. Was there anything else? I can't remember. It's been so long. Oh. Can't have been up here then. Would you like that? Just money lying around. A big wine canister. It's open and it's empty. Moonshine probably. Smells like tasty fermentation. Okay, well, we haven't been here, that's for sure. Careful there, these floorboards look rotten and weak. Well, he's on them. Working class corpse, he's dead? A man lies on the boardwalk, his limbs bent and neck turned at an unnatural angle. Right next to him is an empty bottle of spirits. It's in his cramped hand a chewing gum wrapper. Half of his body has slipped between the cracked boardwalk, starting with the left leg. The fall has left him broken, contorted like a sad puppet. Hold on. The lieutenant squats next to the corpse and examines his face. Two bulging eyes stare back at him, void of any signs of life. Lividity is faintly pronounced. Whoever this is, he has been dead for 2 days, no longer. He stands up and shivers as a gust of wind blows through his bomber jacket. We need to investigate. Another dead body. This is your job. Steal yourself. Calm now, carefully. Just another day, just another dead body. Breathe. Alright, let's study his clothes. He's wearing mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an old brown leather jacket with a bright blue lining. There are traces of kebab sauce on his chest. A cool leather jacket with a bolt of blue? Oh no, this sounds terribly familiar. Search the pockets. A library card. You find some sunflower seeds and a rain-soaked library card, folded into two. His jacket feels sodden and heavy under your hand. Good. We should take a look at that library card after this is done. Let's study the man. The man has fallen through a crack in the boardwall and hit his head against the metal bench. Coagulated blood covers his black hair. One of his feet is still tangling through the hole. Let's examine his face. His expression is dull, like the sea behind him. Drops of water shining on his mustache. His eyes, empty and white, look frightening in their frozen gaze. Height 170 to 175 centimeters, curly hair, stout build, age approximately 50 to 60 years. He was confused when he died, confused and alone, most likely, overcome with the awful surprise of it all. He was just about to head home. The first step back home proved to be his last. Study the surroundings. There's some dried blood on the metal bench, right where the corpse head rests. The floorboards are rotten and slippery, wet around the hole. An empty bottle lies nearby. A chewing gum wrapper is clutched in his fist. Well, it's an accident. Why are we still examining this? A dried chunk of blood covers the hair at the back of his head and an open wound. It's sticky and cold to your touch. Why would you touch the man's open head? This is where he came out of himself, drop by drop, when he was unconscious. It took 3, maybe 4 minutes. I don't see any other major wounds, do you? That's what you do when you're a detective? At least wear gloves, no? Thank you for the follow. It's hard to say. Well, I guess, seems like the head wound was fatal. It's exactly the shape of the bench. Step on the floorboards? How about no? Examine the bottle. A 0.75 liter Tolula vodka with its cap missing. There's hardly anything left inside. Tear all around us. He looks at 2 other bottles near the coin operated fuel, then at your yellow plastic bag. Oh, my Lego plastic bag is still out. I am a superstar detective, if anything. Superstar, right there. I'd prefer if you didn't collect them this time. It's not proper. But why? I get money for it. That's a dope follow notification graphic I followed when you went offline, so I didn't see it. It's from Streamlabs. I think. I'm not sure which one it is, to be honest, because I changed themes before, so... Yeah, but thank you. And welcome back, it's been a while. I know it's been a while I played this game as well. I know, but I got a bit hooked on 7 days, so I took a little break of it. Anyway, I prefer if you didn't collect them. Okay, we try. True, it feels disrespectful, but money? Fine. I'm not sure it's a default anymore. I think when I set this up, it was there were no subscription-based stuff, so I don't know, honestly. Examine the chewing gum wrapper. Roboski spearmint chewing gum, green leaves on the cover, the man's mouth half agape from the terror of the fall. Look in! After all, we are that super detective, right? The blackness of death, stench. You think you see white chewing gum too? Take it out. He ate the whole pack, right? It's to cover the smell of alcohol before going home. The worst thing is, the man shatters from the cold. I've seen it before, almost the same scenario, even the chewing gum. It's always the same. In a ditch off a road below the 881, he thinks. A young father, then he shakes his head to make the memory stop. I'm afraid if I step on the floorboards, they crash in and we're gonna drown. They screech under your feet ominously. It's hard to say whether the dead man's weight was what caused the boardwalk to break. It definitely looks fragile. He could have easily disappeared into the sea through that hole, and you would have never found him. The entire boardwalk creaks in the wind as you take a step back. So, we know what happened. Okay, let's ask, who is this man? Looks like one of the locals. He'd have to know the spot to come here. You don't just walk over here. He looks south, the way that you came. But that's just a lazy assumption. What do you think? A dead working class man with a bottle in his hand? Don't deceive yourself, you know who this is. We know who this is. It's the working class woman's missing husband, dead on the boardwalk. The woman you met at the book stand? He looks at the bundle of flesh and rags lying on the ground. Why do you think it's her husband? I can't remember. Oh, it's quite alright. We just played a little in 7 days to die. Nothing major. I think we are fairly towards the end. Maybe a couple more days of it and we are done with the game for a while till it's getting updated again or something. Anyway, I don't know anymore what the woman at the bookstore said. Did she say anything about a leather jacket? I can't remember. It's been too long. Fuck. Let's go with the leather jacket. The bright blue lining? He nods, then points at the ring on the man's left hand. Well, he's definitely someone's husband. So what do you think happened here? Death by misadventure. He slipped and fell through the boardwalk. A truly unfortunate accident. If it wouldn't have been for that bench, he'd be alive. I don't think you would get those options unless you told... Okay, alright. Do you think he was drunk? What type of detective? Of course he was drunk. But let's ask about the important thing. What about the kebab? What about it? The disease ate some. He shrugs. It's probably from a nearby place, maybe in the Pox. Someone should be held responsible for this broken boardwalk. It's dangerous. They will seal this place off after the news reach the coalition officials. I doubt that they have enough resources to actually repair the boardwalk. Not that sealing it off would keep anyone away. All it does is keep the city council's hands clean. He smiles sourly. I refuse to ask this. Could it be related to the lynching? No, I don't see anything that points in that direction. For now, let's treat this case as a simple, Arbeit said, accident, unrelated to the murder case. Okay, I'm asking it, whatever. Oh yes, the lieutenant nods. What about alcohol poisoning and liver failure? He hit his head. I don't like this question from him. Some symptoms of acute alcohol poisoning could have definitely played a role here. Severe confusion, respiratory depression, unpredictable behavior. But I think that death arrived through head trauma, not liver failure. Right. So what are we doing with him? It does seem to be a pretty straightforward misadventure, although there's still the question of identifying the body. From where I stand, I can see two options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle. No, we found him. We should finish this case. Alright, we should first examine that library card you found. Then we can call the station from my kinema and let them know we are taking the case. Let's see if I can collect the bottles. Trash can. There's an empty cigarette package and a crumpled kebab wrapper. 2 empty bottles of Tulula vodka and a can of black potent porter is all you find. A tragedy. The lieutenant looks in the can, eyes watering from the smell. He shakes his head with genuine sadness. The cigarette package, whoever tossed it here, was a heavy smoker. The brand name reads Red Astra. Really, Red Astra? Okay, let's examine the kebab wrapper. You see traces of mayonnaise and ketchup on it, as well as a tomato wedge. The wrapper reads, Shish kebab ravashol. It's no older than a day or two, no mold yet. This coin over view has been out of order for years. Stop messing with the coin viewer and hold on to something. The wind is so strong. Okay. Sorry, I had to scroll out for that. Hold on a second. Oh, we need to examine the card. A folded library card. The library card is folded into 2 and still slightly wet to the touch. The front side reads, Central Shamrock Public Library card issued to Billy Mission, expires July 453. Examine it, teacher. Shush. It's a card. How do you look inside a card? Oh, a folding card. Never mind. Expires. I'm gonna... Have you seen the link yet? Have you looked at the link I gave you? Whoever owns this card is an avid reader. You find a list of books written in blue pencil. Radio thriller, Stand a Little Less Between Me and the Sun. The last one on the list is The Clinton Curve by M. Theobald. A library stamp indicates that the book has been returned. Most of these titles seem to be in the sci-fi genre, some thrillers too. Look at the backside. If lost, please return the card to the library. Dial 00502552211 or visit us at Mero Street 78, Shamrock. Business hours 9 to 18. Okay. Filthy jacket. As you hold it in your hand, it makes an uncomfortable crunching sound. Man, is that the jacket we found for that idiot guy? He's literally called idiot, I think. Man, how did this jacket get so disgusting? It's a sordid and filthy tale, not for the weak. Are you sure you can stomach it? So the filthy jacket is telling us its story. Let's think about it. It occurs to you that you're not even holding the jacket itself, but rather the thick crust of jetsam and seagull shit that Gross! Why? Why did you think about it? Look at your hands. They are covered in muck. Maybe if I wipe my hands on my pants. No, damage moral. What? No, then it would just be on your pants. This is a disaster. You will never get the smell out. Well, that was fun. Okay. Let's go. My moral, though. My moral. Well. Have you been that way? Don't think. Oh, that's just this place. Okay. We talked to them. We don't want to talk to them again. We need to get this jacket to that guy that was at the beach somewhere. I can't remember where that was. Was it down here somewhere? And we still have to get the dead body down, if I remember right. We haven't talked yet again to the other guy. The dead body is still hanging somewhere. Well, we can't go this way. I think we're getting close. Yeah, here it is. That guy, I think.
Tequila sunset.
He nods in appreciation. I found your jacket. Ah, Tequila, I knew you'd come through. That's fucking great, man. I found a little more than I bargained for. What's that supposed to mean? Nothing. Give him the jacket. Let me see. What? This isn't my jacket. My jacket, it was beautiful. This is fucking filthy. What am I supposed to do with this? What do you expect? You left it outside for a week. I'm not taking a disgusting pile of hobo rags. I may be in an irrecoverably decaying orbit, but I've still got standards. He hands it to you. Either bring it back the way it was before or find a dumpster to burn it in. The lieutenant inspects the jacket in your hands. You know, despite the guano, it looks like the jacket itself is stain resistant. It maybe just need a good scrubbing. Why would I clean his jacket that he left outside for him when he could do it just himself? Can we clean it? Wait. No. I need this. Do we have anything to clean with? Tools? I don't think we can clean it somewhere. Never mind, he can clean his own jacket. Fuck this. I'm not sure if I checked this box before. I can't remember anymore. Must have done. Oh, it's locked. This was the little girl, wasn't it? Didn't she want a doll or something? Question, where is this tent with these crazy that want the church for themselves? It wasn't here, was it? Oh, loading screen, no. share room. There north. Oh wait, there's coins. Also by the church, so I need to go all the way up again. So like this way again. I can't remember this area at all. Hey, there's a bucket. Wait, this way? No, hardly. What the fuck? Wait, this is the church, so they're further up? Wait, I remember this bunker. We couldn't get in, could we? It's military service used to service what? I'm just gonna have to look around. That's too north, I guess. By the coast. I will find them eventually. Oh. Not this way, nope. I did not find this on the way down here. Right, I guess we're done here. Can we go through this gate? No. I do have a map, do I? No. I didn't even know there was a map to acquire. No map, no, sir. Oh, never mind that. I'll find them, don't worry. We're getting near closer, I think. Oh no, there's a tent. Is that where them two expeditions with? Is that? There they are. That's definitely them.
Hi again. So, how things going?
He looks excited. The tips of his hair are sharp and white. The bleach has consumed almost all of the toothbrush and on the mirror in front of him. Nope. About the church, I checked it out. And he tenses up. What happened? I talked to the crabman. Oh man, who is he? What did you think? He gave me this odd lecture on alcoholism before rambling on and on about mother's love. Really, huh? Interesting. What's he doing in the church? He clearly enjoys the physical activity. Guy climbs like a freak. No matter, the paranoid young man mumbles gruffly. Is he going to be a problem? Yeah, Noid is right. Let's get back to the point. What are we going to do about him? These guys will never catch him. You will never catch him. There's nothing to do. As far as I can tell, he is not going to leave. He will climb around up there, and you will never catch him. I don't know, man. Doesn't it feel like a major hindrance to you? He rubs his jaw, a spooky guy climbing around when all the guests are trying to have nice, friendly hyper time. You're just gonna have to live with him. I guess it's not a massive problem now that I think of it. Everyone is welcome to dance till the morning light. Yeg! What is yeg? Maybe. I guess we will figure something out. Okay, but what about the other spooker? The one in grandma's clothes. Did you see her? I was using the mainframe when Suna, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident, appeared. A programmer? That's odd. What was she like? Did you ask her about the nightclub? She said you guys haven't been completely honest with me about your plans. Come on, man. Who will you trust, the spooky programmer or us? We just want to make the world a better place. Feel the love, get down and feel it. The stuffy tent muffles the last two words. The command fails to impress. The love? No, I'm not really feeling it at all. You'll get there, believe me, when we have got our gear set up. Things will be flowing and pumping. Anyway, now that's settled, how did you seem? I mean, disposition-wise, about the dance club idea? Yeah or nein? Rocking it or dropping it? She did not like the Erotic Dance Club idea at all. What a pity. That's my favorite thing in the world. He drops a hammer back into a toolbox. And she doesn't like it at all. A shame. What can we do now? Do you see a way out of this jam and into a laser-lit future of dance and unity? Unity dance! She made it very clear that she won't leave until her own project is finished. And you can't just evict her? Nah, I won't evict her. We have to come up with a different solution. Look at you, Honor Man. No, he's right. Maybe we've approached it the wrong way after all. I'm sure there's a workaround. We can make a deal or not to bother her. If that's okay with her, we only want to get in the church and spread the joy and ecstasy of music. The lines in the dark coexist. At least Crabman seems like an advanced being. He is hard, he'll understand. Yeah, he can do his climbing thing in the tower, and the programmer does she like erotic dance music? She hates it, but we are gonna lie about it. She gets down. I mean, who doesn't? Just listen to the crazy pulse. We totally lied. That's not gonna bite us in the ass. Wonderful. He nods enthusiastically, and then leans in and whispers, if coexisting fails, you can always muscle her out, right? If it's all okay with you, what do you think? I refuse to throw her out, but I could try convincing her. He smiles wide, like a replica of his friend, with a large hat. Excellent. Good luck, my friend. Wait, what? What did I just agree to? Convince her with words? Wait, what? Oh, goodbye. Okay, I guess we're done. A young man with perk-set blonde hair holds up a Hammond Washie tape player, nodding along to the music. As though you're supposed to be sharing some tremendous evangelical secret.
Hardcore! Hardcore!
Still say nothing.
Hardcore to the mega!
Say nothing.
Internally coherent!
Still say nothing.
Hardcore! Alright! Yeah!
Please just tell me what exactly it is you're doing.
Gotta get the people going!
Why?
It's a party boy. It's my job.
A party boy? I think I'm also a party boy.
Two on a track. Watch your back. Watch out for the heart attack.
Could there have been a right way out of this garden of walking paths, you think? I don't think I would. Let's go with
So you
this.
had a talk with Andre, and now you want to discuss things with Noid? Good.
Skin shows through the holes in the speed freak's too large sweater. In front of him, an open toolbox full of carpentry tools and
It's
parts.
good you talked to Andre first. Gave me time to get a reading on your sign. Can't really talk to people before you get a reading.
He runs his hand through his hair, which is combed back in mock seriousness, and continue to fiddle with some gears. What the fuck sign? Yeah, gotta compare, see if we can align. Interesting? I suck at socializing, man. Even now our sign synchronization is way off, but I'll see what I can do. He continues to rearrange his tools. Why have we not talked to them before? Why are you called Noid? He picks up some sort of widget. The hardcore aesthetic is esoteric. It is not meant to be discussed with the law at this moment. It's not easy to reach a harmonic resonance of signs without some adjustments. It surely isn't. Does that mean we need sign matching? Yes, further sign matching would do good for us. One way to achieve this would be by getting us into the church. Wow, he tricked me. Fucker tricked me. Alright, I saw a sticker on the padlock. Can you tell me anything about it? A sticker? You mean the yellow one? Can you describe it to me? Interesting. He wants you to describe it, though he already knows what it looks like. Okay, it's a yellow circle, the human face with X's for eyes and a smile underneath. I think the X's mean the guy's dead. Good, good. He likes what he's hearing. And what do you want to know? Was I right? Is it a dead guy smiling? Yes, you're the 23rd person to get it right. And I've asked 23 people. Looks like it's a dead guy smiling to the entire human race. Really? Really? Okay, but what does it mean? He defeated history. We are living in the age of history, and in the eyes of history, we are always already dead. How can we ever smile then? Because history is a lie, and so are its deaths. The present moment in life are the hardcore. The hardcore expels death. He thinks. Or maybe he's not dead, maybe he's just really ecstatic about the beats. Communism. I'm thinking maybe the smiling dead guy is a symbol for communism. It's also dead but doesn't care. He considers this for a moment. Yeah, that interpretation holds. What? It doesn't? Okay, what makes the sticker so modern? Simplicity was brought to us by classical soloist modernism, but that was a tasteful, harmonious simplicity, right? Well, hardcore is not tasteful or outwardly harmonious. It's a warning shot. This will be dangerous. The echo of a man's loss haunting him. The sticker, the clothes, the music, same thing. You come up with this stuff by yourself? Not alone. Many people are thinking the same thing right now. There's a gathering at the Elysium. The beat is the same for all. Okay, I think we've exhausted the subject. What about now? Are the signs alright now? Nah. Still strongly out of sync. Stage gamma disalignment. You what? He examines the small metal bolt in his hand. You heard me. I have no idea what's going on with this guy. Tell me about the machines you saw in the church. He cringes. Weird stuff, specialized. There was a data processor and some sort of long-wave machinery. Wires going into water gives off a spy sign or some fucked up Sumerian science sign. You know, this kind that goes head first into the supernatural. What's wrong with the supernatural? Nothing's wrong with it. It should definitely be researched. You can still do sick shit with it though. The sickest, that is perhaps why it should be researched. The supernatural, so you think it's real, that it actually exists? Most of it doesn't exist, but there's also stuff that isn't allowed to exist because the moralists think it's too dangerous for the plebs. Psionic powers, pale-related diseases, pretenders, pretending to be human, folk rights, that kind of stuff. Maybe I'll come back later? We're done here. God, it was loud in the tent. My ears. That's that girl, right? We talked to before. So what are we supposed to do now? Are we done here? We need to go back to talk to the women in the in the church.
So you talked to my associates, right? Are you going to help us with the church? I mean.
I'll help you. Alright. I help you. Alright.
Let us know if there's any progress, will ya? We've been waiting for weeks here.
No. Let's talk to the woman in the church again. If I can find the church again. Not the church again? Yes. Let's see if there's a new option there. If not, we're gonna go back and get the body down and talk the woman in front of the library that her husband is dead. Or call first. The library number.
Yes, what is it?
What if you didn't have to leave? I talked to Andre, he wants to make it work. I don't want to make anything work, she replies, her expression unchanged. Hold on, you don't want to make anything work? Yes, anything. I don't want to make anything work. What? Okay. Good. She gets back to work. Convince her to cooperate with the ravers. Okay. Yes. Listen, about your research, you mentioned earlier that it's not going very well. Maybe I can help you with something. What? She looks up from her work, disoriented. No, I don't really need any help with the project. But if I could help you finish the project, then you wouldn't have to live in a church next to the boom boom anymore. Just think about it. Thinks about it, a glassy look in her eyes. A gust of wind brings more snow from the broken gallery. It touches her hair. Alright, she finally says, blinking twice. Bring me the game's off-site copy from my old workspace if you really want to help. It's stored on a filament memory and I'm unable to go and fetch it myself. What is an offsite copy and why do you need it? It's a backup of my former employer's project, the radio game we were working on. It's stored on a filament memory, just like the one inside this radio computer. She points to the glowing cube inside the machine. The backup itself is destroyed now, but I'm hoping to use what's left of it to pinpoint the exact location of the anomaly. You just have to go to my old workspace and get to it. By old workspace, you mean the studio of Fortress Accidents in that office building on Plaza? Yeah, that's the one. By what? The studio of Fortress Accident. Jesus. Yeah, that's the one. You can get it in through the bookshop. You just have to do some explaining to the bookstore lady. Wait, is that bookstore? That's her name, I believe. Oh shit, and where exactly is the offsite copy? There's this giant ice bear fridge in the building cellar. It's there. Why don't you just go and get it yourself? The bookstore lady hates me. Says I'm part of the curse, whatever that means. Wait. Are you part of the curse? Of course not, she crosses her arms. Anyway, I don't have my keys anymore and she won't let me in. Why does she think you are part of the curse? Because she's from Martinez and people from Martinez have never ever seen a radio computer. She thinks it emits elemental evil. What if it does emit elemental evil? Narrow your eyes. It doesn't emit, it receives. She stops explaining. You sound just like her. She started praying when we first saw my room, when she first saw my room. Turned to higher powers. The lieutenant coughs like he's amused. Once I came in one morning only to find that my terminal was full of those strange trinkets and amulets. Wards. It looked like some feminine magic. So what I need you to do is go have a talk with her, say that you're a policeman and need to get to the building's basement. Then bring me the offsite copy, alright? Okay. Thanks. She thinks for a moment and reaches behind the radio computer and hands you what looks like an oversized pry bar. And we got a new pry. Yes! Finally, since we broke the old one. And here's my Qualsund multi-tool. You might need to hack loose some eyes. It opens everything. If you get me the offsite copy, then you can keep it. It hurts a bit for her to say this. She's not happy to be parting with the Qualsund. About the offsite copy? Okay, alright. There's nothing new. Okay. Multi-tool. Equip this to open locked containers in the world. Nice. I forgot where all the locked containers are. I know there were a few I didn't open yet, but... Well, let's go. We need to go back anyway. Well, the question is how. I don't remember how we got here. Through here? No, that's the tent again. God, it's been so long. Hey, what's this? Can I go there? Coast orb, reflecting water thought. What? What was that? Okay. I'm just curious, wait. If I've been here. I think this is just the way up to that old lady. Ah, yeah. We came from here somewhere. I know we are close to the... to that little bridge or what it was we crossed. Wait, this container is closed. That's a huge tool. Yay, it works. What got bugged in an update? Oh, that's a shame. Back to the back. Oh, shit. How was the car? Have you been down here? Must have been down here somewhere. There we go. Or not, I haven't been here, I don't think. Traffic beyond the gates, more abundant motor lorries. This sign says no entry, someone scribbled an inverted star on it. Should just keep this equipped. Oh no, that's the boomer! No. This. Now he's wearing both. Are you serious? Just don't. Just, what the hell? Just nothing, no. I don't think I've been down here before. Oh, that's that place again, never mind. Was there an entry? I don't remember being able to get in there. Oh, that's where the... Okay, I remember. Alright, bookstore. Oh, the lady ain't there. Why is the lady not there?
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Her stare is cold and harsh, but the line remains the same. I was told that he has a huge fridge in the building cellar. Can you lead me there? A fridge? She fidgets with a pen. No, I don't know anything about a fridge. Aren't you interested in books? For whatever reasons, she's lying to you about the fridge. Seems like you have to find your own way to the cellar. Merely looking at that unmanly haircut threatens your masculinity. We had that before.
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for more book?
Well, shit. I would assume this is the cellar. So we need to get in there? Bloody hell. Can we get with the tool in? Is the tool a tool? I guess not. No. Well, we are screwed then, because we already died once to this door. I'm not dying again to this door. Uh-oh, I broke the game. Oh no, it doesn't move the camera anymore. No, I broke the game. The camera not moving. Come on, get out. Fuck. Oh. Nope. One last try before I need to reload. Come on, get out, get here. No. Right, we're getting closer to the exit. It's 2 minute loads again. We are good. I don't want to load. Come on. Breaking the game. I need to talk to her again. I want to talk to her again. There. I can't interact. I can't interact at all. Fuck, I need to load. Escape doesn't work either. No! Yeah, I can't save. Since escape doesn't work. Oh. No, nothing works. I need to alter for this shit. No! No. It better has a good autosave, this thing. El Grande getting impatient. What's wrong with you? Don't know you like this. That's ages ago. That was literally ages ago. Like half an hour gameplay. Is there no other? Yeah, we don't even have the tool yet. No! Are you kidding me? We have to talk to them first, I think, right? Before going back to church.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
You guys, this might take a while. Alright. You get the mail, I do this again. I tried to pick exactly what I picked before. Exactly. I know, DJ, that sucks. We lied here, I remember that. Convincing her. Okay. And we talked to this guy, to the egghead.
Hardcore.
We said nothing,
Hardcore
nothing.
internally coherent.
We said
Hardcore.
nothing.
All right.
Then we
Gotta
did
get the
this.
people going.
Why?
I'm the party boy. It's my job.
I am a party
Two on
boy.
track. Watch your back. Watch out for the heart attack.
Okay, and then we talked to this
so you
guy.
had a talk with Andre. It's good you talked to Andre first. Gave me time to get a reading on your side. Can't really talk to people before you get a reading.
I saw the sticker. It's a yellow circle. Was it right? A dead guy smiling. Really? Really? Why do you think we're all the same? Okay, what does it mean? For communism, exactly. Makes the sticker so modern. Did you come up? Yeah. I think we exhausted the subject. Are we aligned? We need matching. Okay. I think we're done in here. That was quicker than before. Then we went... Didn't we go up here somewhere? Picked up some coins, or was that somewhere else? Oh, was somewhere else, wasn't it? Right, let's go back and talk to the woman in the church again and get the tool. And then we open the box somewhere. We offered her to help to get that thing, and then I guess we're pretty much where we were, I guess.
Yes, what is it?
He wants to make it work. Alright, got your message. Are you part of the curse? Curse. The emitting evil part. Do you need it? Okay. Okay. Oh. Okay, that was that. We should have the tool now. There it is. Let's try not to break the bookstore again. I think the bookstore was buggy last time already we played this. Hold on. Sorry about that. Let's go down. Wait, we need to get out of here. Shit. And this was the broken thing. We're still gonna look at it in case it opens something somewhere else we don't usually... There. How did we get out of there? Oh, we went down there as well. I'm not sure if we opened anything there. Hey, it was down there, I think. I know, that was the one chair room. Alright, let's go. Hey, there's something. Stop, hold on. Oh, that's where we were, yes. Traffic beyond this gate, there's no entry. Take all. Okay. Nearly lost my glasses. Does the woman give us any other option for the basement? I mean, anything else?
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
What if I want to buy a book? Goodness, we were already doing good browsing on the shelves. Why do you stop? What types of books do you have? Everything is on the shelves. Take a look yourself. She's attempting to mentally direct you towards the shelves. She only wants you to buy the goods. She doesn't care about books. Do you even know what books you have for sale? She scoffs. Truth be told, not really. My sister brings in most of the goods. I'm sure it's all very literary stuff with well-written prose. But don't learn about the important things in life from fabricated stories. Wait, shouldn't a storekeeper know about her wares? I provide a valuable service. As long as people buy books, I'm fine. She wiggles her bony fingers at you. Where do you learn about the important things then? The truth is available if you just know where to look, and you have to open and free your mind to understand. She nods at you cryptically. Okay. But I do want to know about the basement. I don't know how to get into the basement. Is there anything at all? Right, wait, I want to save first. Let's save the game while it's still not broken. Save. Yes. There's literally just the door. Fail. Well, at least we're not gonna die. I'm just gonna load again. Challenge failure. Oh shoot. Whose moronic idea was to just run through the door. Don't you know that things like that hurt? Please don't cry. Please don't cry. Slap your own face. I don't want anyone to see me cry. Are you alright? The lieutenant steps closer, his eyes soft and worried. This looked pretty intense and painful, I must admit. What is going on there? An upset, high-pitched voice calls out from the bookstore. Are you really trying to break down the back door? I warn you, don't tempt the spirits, officer. You can hear her take a frightened step backwards. Don't tempt the spirits or you will damage the holy wards on the door. It barely looks like you have done any damage to the door. However, it's still locked and closed, covered in dozens of little charms and trinkets. Well, it's locked now. We can't break the door again. How does one get into the door? Bloody hell.
You've hurt yourself now. I told you not to mess around back there. What are you even trying to accomplish, you fool?
I'm trying to find a way to the fridge downstairs. It's an urgent police matter. You're only making things worse. Stop it. Be compelled to look at books. She fiddles with her pen and go on them. What? Did I pick the wrong option? Fuck this. Let's get out. I could load and get my health back, but I don't know if it makes a difference. Alright, then I guess we're gonna get the guy down from the tree. He still hangs there. Maybe that makes a difference. I don't know anymore how to get him down. How did we get on the roof? On the construction site to talk to that guy? Oh god, I can't remember how we did this. You freed a heckload of room, but I don't know if enough. I don't know, DJ. You can't have too many games installed. How many games do you have installed? It wasn't through here, was it? Yeah, no, you didn't miss. We broke our shoulder, our head rather, on the door once again to get to the basement, but we were not successful. That's what you missed. Drop the fuck you delivery box. Wait, what white envelope? What was that? What white envelope do we have? Huh? Use, interact, and inventory. What was that about? I can't remember. Legal. Do you take the legal documents out of the envelope? A 12 to 40 month construction period and the zoning plan in the Hey, what is that about? The yacht center cuts into the ocean like the bow of some great modern ship. Apparently, it's going to cover most, if not all, of the street and the square between the existing houses. Wait, what was that about anymore? It's going to be awfully close to the already existing buildings, almost wall to wall. Integrating them into the yacht center. This is either ominous or cool architectural choice, hard to say. Yeah, wasn't the old lady also a person we needed the signature from, and she sent us then to that guy, to that girl on the fishing thing, or on the pier, what it was? My money is on cool, looks like a Kubrick pirate. -1 on cool Kubrick pirate. Oh, come on. Kim, what do you think of this? It seems I've never looked at the actual letter. I'm no property lawyer, but it looks fine. The lieutenant replies, flipping through the documents. I like the print size. They're not selling or leasing anything. It's not a perfect solution, but he shrugs. There is no loophole. The simple truth is the current residents are going to lose their street access for the next 12 to 40 months. Their lives will be dominated by constant construction noise right next door. Wait, what are the ramifications of this? Once the construction starts, it will probably take a few months, a year maybe, for even the most stubborn occupants to get tired of living like this. After that, they will sell their property for cheap and move out. Look, Kim, these people are going to have to move away. Can we do something about it? I should have seen it. The lieutenant frowns as he reads over the document again. Everett probably has eyes on us, but he pauses to think. We could try to get other people to sign this instead of those listed. Or you could forge the signatures yourself. By the time he finds out, we will already begun. Very low. Yeah, let's not do that just yet. Okay, we are not sending this envelope then, that's for sure. Oh, we didn't get the white skirt either. Can we wear this? +1 pain threshold. Should that help us with the door? Should we have done that with that? Only have 1 health though. Yes, it was. What did I want to do? Oh yeah, sell the bottles real quick while we're here. I don't even know if you have to equip the bag, but... This is the way up, right? To that guy we need to talk to, that Everett or whatever his name is. We need to ask him to help us get the body down, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure this is... Wait, can we get in there now? The fire cabinet stands steady. Let's force. Ah! Whatever's hidden here is hidden well. Concentration is enough. Only a trained accountant with a background in logistics would be able to really make sense of it. However, there is a little handwritten note stuck to the side of the drawer. It appears to be a to-do list written in large, uneven capital letters. Remember, Leo, Everett's shoes, special whirling, borscht. Hey, there's borscht! Water, Everett's plans, sweep office floor, more banners. All items on list have been crossed out and the note itself is crumpled. Look, came a to-do note with a list of errands for Everett. He inspects the note. One of his aides must have left it. Nothing incriminating here. Take another look. Special whirling borscht. That is weird as hell. Okay, close the drawer. How do we get to this guy again? Is it over the other side? I'm so confused how we're getting to this guy. We're on the right path, right? Is it through here? Is it down there? It's down there, isn't it? Is that the crane again? Yeah, it is. That scared me. Ooh, what the fuck is Half-Light? We take them for now anyway.
Mr. Dubois, I hear the meeting with Titus was a glowing success. That's such a relief. Titus can be a handful sometimes. Now, what can Everard Clare do for you today?
Could you help me get a dead body down from a tree? Mobster stuff. Okay, thank you. How often did you play this game? You must have played it quite often to remember all this so exactly. Okay. You might have noticed there's one hanging on a tree behind the hostel cafeteria. Oh my, he smiles pleasantly. Don't take this question personally, but why would I get involved in this matter? Mr. Clare, the man was hanged with a cargo belt, a steel-reinforced cargo belt. It's safe to assume the human had something to do with the murder. Besides, getting the body down would benefit all of us. It's a stain on the neighborhood. You are a community leader. Help your community out. I can certainly see how having him up there might start affecting some real estate values. He licks his fat lips and smiles. But of course, all joking aside, I am going to help you. He picks up the handset of a radiophone to his right, then clicks a button. Jean-Luc, the cop who bested you in physical combat, is here. And he has a little dead body in the tree problem, namely he needs to be taken down. Please extend him this courtesy. You can find Jean-Luc down at the gates, but he smirks. You already knew that. Anyway, he's going to help you. Are we lying about the signatures or not? I don't know if we should lie. I don't really care about the signature. Let's not lie to him yet. Is there anything else about the murder? No. Okay. So we need to talk to that guy? To that Jean-Luc? Speaking of Jean-Luc, not long and Picard is coming! Ah! I think it premieres on Thursday and I can watch it on Friday. Yeah. Sorry. Still mega excited about this. Anyway, let's go. Is there a faster way down? Oh, can we open this door now with that tool? Aww. No, we can't. Shit! I was hoping. I like the idea of Picard's use, but the preview made it look more like a sci-fi action show than Star Trek. Well, you know, the previous Star Trek series, that wasn't really Star Trek either. I mean, I did like Discovery as a sci-fi show, but not as a Star Trek show. It was fun to watch. Wait, that's not Jean-Luc, is it? It's the guy at the gates. And I have nothing against it, but it didn't really have the Star Trek feeling to me. But I watched it regardless, and I like the characters. But I do hope they get back to it with Picard. I really hope. And I like the preview as well. Is that guy? No, it must be there.
Right to work.
Yeah,
right
I had.
work. Shame on.
That's the guy we punched and won. After several tries, mind you. Oh, it saves. Lovely.
Do not presume this has drastically altered our race dynamic.
I knocked you out like a god of martial arts. Let's not be nasty about it. Let's just be civil. It was just something I had to do. Our personal dynamic has changed. He pauses for a second. A little. It means very little. Arrow told you to help us get the body down from a tree. So it was. You bested me in race combat to reach my superior, then had him give me an order. I salute your cunning, enemy. I will go and remove the body from the tree with my bare hands. You're so noble, Measurehead. But while I am gone, someone must stand guard on the bridge. That someone needs to be you. He turns to Kim. Both of you. That would mean you're openly showing the people that you're taking the Union side. Look, I'm not asking like crybaby what the lieutenant thinks. Wait, that means showing everyone that we're taking orders from the Union. Yes, that is precisely what it means. What? Homunculus. This is not going to happen any other way. Fine, let's ask him then. I know I wish. What's your favorite episodes? Which one do you like most? Voyager, DS9, Next Generation, the first one, the original? Or Enterprise? Okay then, No, Lieutenant. This is the uncomfortable result of not taking it down ourselves. I can live with the compromise. Listen to your little friend. He is wise in his childlike way. His mysterious race may yet prove fierce competition to my heroic haplogroup. Well, I guess we're gonna do it. I want this fucking body down already. It took way long enough. Measured babe, see that? They stay here the whole time. I can't move. I was gonna go after him. Measurehead's babe. The woman's gaze follows Measurehead as he leaves. So she turns to you. So you guys are like cops or something? Why are you with Measurehead? Look at him. He is craniometric perfection. Are you cops or what? Apparently so. Cool. I like men with guns and power. The woman twirls her hair. I'm Katya, by the way. You hear that? The lieutenant looks towards the yard. That sound. He's breaking something. Yeah, sure look must be really tearing it up over there. I wish I could see it. I also wish I could see it. Look at you, RCM Rent-A-Cops. A loud voice booms in from below. Guarding that bridge like Everett's lapdog. Is that where it's at now? The RCM is for sale? And who are you? The lieutenant fires back. What is your business here? Why are you clothes 4 sizes too small for you? None of your business. The man turns to look behind him at the behemoth appearing around the corner, approaching him, walking past him. Look at the way he walks, like a true hero. The corpse has been removed from the tree. He brushes wooden flakes off his hands. Stand down and congratulate yourself. You have sided with race victory today. There has been no side choosing. We did what we had to do to keep order. He nods slowly. And what you had to do was to become a Union man for all to see. You never really actually talked to him. You haven't seen much of DS9? You were young when NG and DS9 were airing, so what I've seen of them is from reruns. My favorite is of course Next Generation. And then I guess DS9. And then Voyager. I don't like Enterprise at all. I don't like that at all. The originals are okay too. But yeah, Enterprise really sucked. I even like Discovery more, not as a Star Trek. I know it's not a Star Trek, but still. More than Enterprise. I did not like the captain. No thank you. Or T-Power, whatever her name was. She was horrible too. None of them. And DS9 was fun. Though the thing with Cisco and Jake and stuff and that. Anyway, let's continue. You get me all fangirling here. Oh, what was your favorite? Really? Isn't that the funny one? Isn't that the fun? Wait, I heard this before. There was something funky about this. I never seen it, but I heard about it. Still on my list of things to watch. Yeah, I knew Seth. Yeah, okay. Isn't Everett the Union boss white? Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that. He turns his eyes towards the harbor, seemingly bored with you. Oh, fuck you too. There must be some friction here. He's keeping it well hidden, however. Yeah, but you still serve him. How does that factor into your life? Oh, let's tease him. Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront international capital. Something your race, naivistic communists, never did. Hey. Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It's lax and moronic. It is lax and moronic? What the fuck? My charm is a mysterious fourth thing. Charm. Individualism. You have gotten these ideas from Generate Youth culture, have you not? You have picked them up from the rock and roll songs. I've gotten it from disco, actually. Offshoots of the Siamese people invented disco while having sex under the influence of cocaine. It is a shame upon my race, but what is done is done. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Siamese race. Okay, I'll ask. Who are the Siamese? The South Island race, haplogroup A4A. We are the rightful masters of the Insulindian archipelago. Oh, not again! DJ, shut up! We descended from the Areopagites of ancient Pericarnesis and arrived here 4,000 years ago, millennia before you. We are the future, that is all you need to know. So you were born and raised on the islands before you moved to Ravachol. I am descendant the narrow streets of Ulumbuya. Come with me in my genetic dreams. I see young Simonese women walk into the grey mass on the Isle de Phantom, waiting on Immaculate Conception from the Pale. So you did come from the islands? No, he cranes his head. I have heard about it on the radio. He would be appreciative if you did not further chase this line of inquiry in front of the women. No, we keep on prying. So you're not really Simonese, you're just from Ravachol. I am from Coron, he changes tactics, and no, it is not just in Ravachol. This city is central to the Simonese strategy, spreading thoughts through its trade networks. Our culture will dominate the world. You have heard enough about our philochantic secrets for today. You have extinction to come to terms with. Think upon it. What? Show him the mug? He does not so much as glance at the object. Is this your kind of thing, man? Stop showing me your pathetic cup. I have no interest in it. Why are you not with the Hardy Boys? I am not the first line of defense. I am the last. He looks towards the coast defiantly. In addition, these so-called Hardy Boys are an effeminate clique of bodybuilders. Their company is spiritual degrading. But you're all part of the union. The Hardy manlets are on the pay of the company. I answer to the union alone. And I do this out of race heroism. Finance is an alien concept to the Simonese. Now leave me be. I must luxuriate in the company of my woman. What are those tattoos of yours supposed to mean? Racists are generally not very good examples of their race. He gestures towards the lorryman down the street. I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble of permanently draw a phrenologic grid on my skull and features. This should dispel any doubt. You sure I'm not chronometrical superior to you? You exhibit forward projections of the jaw, indicative of schizophrenia and sexual inaccountability from a purely aesthetic standpoint. The dimple in your jaw makes you look like a baby. This is not chronometry, it's just an observation. What else? It is impossible to see any more of your bone structure. It is covered in the ravages of all gore. From what remain of your features I can see fleshy lips, baldness of the head, and long arms relative to lower limbs. This leads me to conclude you are not a police officer, you are a common criminal, an offspring of murderers and sailors from Sula, Clef and Vesper, and possibly even the degenerate sheep herders of Ubi. Interesting. So one of my ancestors was Sula Clef and the other Vesper? Your racial heritage is uninteresting. It is the same as all Ravacholians. Your parents and their parents made the decision to reproduce while under the influence of Al Ghul. This is the only reason you're here. Wow, he's nice. Have you played Don't Starve? Yes, I did. Several times. Kim, what do you think? I have actually played it when it was still a browser game. You could actually play it at the very start of it in a browser. On the website there was a trial version, so yeah. Kim, what do you think about this? I think this race is better than the last, but the next race will be a really good one. That's a nice one. That will be the... That will be our lucky racist. He will grant us 3 wishes. Where's this going? Can you play? Don't you need Don't Starve Together or something? Isn't there a second one? I can't remember. It's been so long. I only ever played it at start. I don't know much about how the game is now, but I will consider it surely. Anyway, your pathomorphic friend has quick wits. He leans in and inspects a protruding occiput. What? Occiput and an intended zygomatic bone. The lieutenant does not flinch. We should keep him close. The congenital defect of farsight. Why is this all in capital letters? This is so hard to read if it's capitalized like this. Defect of foresightness does not render him a complete invalid. He still has the use of his mind. Let's go over the funky race. No, let's not. Let's leave. Leave while we still can. Get away from the sky. As I said, I played it mainly when it first came out, when there were like, you had only the first guy with a beard, where you had to collect your beard hair or something. That was right at start. I didn't play much ever since. So whatever new concepts there are, I probably don't know about. Anyway, we need to go back and see the body has been taken down. If we can do anything there, I guess. Or look at least what he did to the tree. Well, sucker, what you gotta do now, huh? The body is down. Oh, he looks sad now. He's pointing at it. Chrono's little shit show.
You missed it at show before. A gift came by, completely fucked a tree to pieces.
He talks so common British, so really like never mind.
Fucked the tree up. Fucked it good. It was porno.
Stop using the K word, it belongs into the past. No, let's go. I wish I could have been here to see it. Now I have some questions. Shoot that shit at Kuno, pig or not? No, there's nothing to discuss. I don't want to discuss this. No. Okay. I'm not going in there. Yeah, whatever. We've been there. We've been there, we talked to him about this before. Right, let's see if the dead body talks to us again. The corpse lies on the ground among the remains of an absolutely demolished pinewood branch. It's gently laid on the side. Beautiful! Wipe a tear from your eye. Mr. Measurehead has done a good job, the lieutenant nods approvingly. Nothing is too broken or compromised. The victim is ready for a field autopsy. Wait, what? I thought we had done this already. Yeah, I know. Many of the streamers refrain from streaming this because it's so much reading and it's not fully voiced. I know a couple that said, no way, the game is great, but I'm not streaming this, I'm not reading this. A field autopsy? What? Yes, he covers his nose and lists. 1. Investigation of the scene. 2. Initial examination of the victim. 3. Field autopsy. 4. Transportation of the body to the morgue. We are on number 3. You're slow reader. I don't mind it. Now and then it's just taking a toll on my voice and I need to take a long break after of not talking. The fuck are they on about? Cop's gonna cut his shit up. Don't we have someone else to cut this shit open? It's not about cutting, he squints at the corpse. And no, you and I are detectives. The honorary rank of detective signifies our ability to handle the entire incident chain from autopsy to cleanup to social work. Wait, honorary rank of detective? An honor and a burden attached to your rank once you have proven yourself able, usually after 5 to 8 years of fieldwork. Mine is lieutenant detective. Yeah, we know we are a detective, we have our badge. Yes, we are a detective. You are. The station would not have assigned you on this case if you weren't. Now, the lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath. First, what is a field autopsy? Come on, officer, he pulls on a pair of latex gloves. You know what a field autopsy is. You have done 100 of them. Do you have another pair of gloves, please? Unfortunately, no. Oh, shit. I have gardening gloves. Maybe they are enough. Well, they are better than nothing, the lieutenant looks at the gloves. Tell you what, I perform the anatomical side of things, while you will take the notes. We just fill this in, right? Show him the red field autopsy form in your ledger. That's right, he nods. I'll take it like a man. Oh, shit. Did we already break in Kuno Dad's apartment? I don't think... We did break in one apartment, but I didn't know it was Kuno's dad's apartment, so no, probably not. Spoilers! I'm not sure, really, and I can't remember. Okay. You knew it because you inspected your ledger. The lieutenant's relieved you know the protocol. Open your ledger at the field autopsy form. No, tell me something, dead man. Oh no, we can talk to him again. No, enough. Alright, open your ledger. The dead man stares in silence as you crack open the ledger. The bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists, describing the condition of his skin and organs in 3 parts. Above those, an 11 field info form needs filling out first. It begins with begin, first assistant. That's you. Okay, right Tequila Sunset, right Harrier de Beau, Lieutenant W, Freiter. Yeah, let's do this. Harrier de Beau, Lieutenant W, Freiter. Just for you, Nabu, if you ever see this. The corpse is indifferent to your scribblings, just lies there. The next box says, Coroner's case, no. Number, sorry. KK5708030815. 0815, huh? Oh, I think you probably didn't go there then. It's different from the one Everett has you break into. Oh yeah, then I didn't go there yet. Okay, we'll write it down. Next, the name. We've heard a nom de guerre lately. This is better than nothing. Write it down. Okay. What's next? Date of birth. Not a pixel age. We don't know. The man corrects his glasses. Roughly 50. Try 40. The damage is so extensive. It's better to err on the young side. I'm gonna write 42. Okay, he nods. Race. Mondial. The pudgy mess of curdled meat looks neither mondial nor anything other. Oh. Sex. Fucky fucky, the little monster exclaims energetically. Male. Pig's gonna have sex? Right, fucky fucky, really? Oh god, I want so badly. I want to do this so badly. Okay, I'm gonna go for it. I don't care. Let's go fucky fucky. Naively, the lieutenant does not double-check her notes. Oh shit. Horrific necktie. El bigo mistake, Lieutenant. I love it when the necktie talks to us. Ah, date of death. We are still going with March 4th, 51. What else? He looks over your shoulder. Body identified by is non-applicable. Case number is the same as the coroner's case. KK5705030815 listens motionless with the cargo belt still around his neck. Only one box remains. Evidence of treatment. I'm not seeing anything yet, but we know there's tampering here. He thinks write down yes, non-visual, corroborated by witness, see report. Good. The lieutenant falls silent. He places his gloved hand on the corpse's chest as if in preparation. We should start the post-mortem. Let's turn the page. The corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It's no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copier paper tries to answer why. Oh God. External examination summary. Clothes, he begins. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is... what? Babrodine, I think. Let's see. He turns the body onto its side to check the underwear label. See? It's happening! Babrodine, yes. Inexpensive. Size M, color white. The disappointment is palpable. Jesus. The red-haired thing was expecting something more lurid. Write it down. Why are they able to see this anyway? Shouldn't them kids be somewhere else? Ah, the boots are ceramic, virtuous animal. They are fused to his skin from blood flowing downwards post-mortem. Removal of the boots is left for processing. The boots, we're writing this down. The boots has a serial number. He twists the dead man's foot. It's E50 100 1000. The lines between the plates are in the shape of the alphanumerical. The number is purposefully concealed by the design. Tattoos. He stands up, feet planted on either side of the body. The upper torso is covered in a single continuous tattoo resembling a map of the night sky. It reaches from the right shoulder to the heart. The ink is blue and white. The assistant has a color photograph of the markings to be added to the case files as document A1. The photo is taken on the scene using a triggered mini. The deceased has a cargo lashing belt around his neck tied with a hangman's knot, color yellow, length 3 meters. There's a buckle on the other end. He produces a measuring tape, well-nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.80 meters, generally consistent with age 42. Preservation is good, ambient temperature below freezing. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with age. He kneels in to get a better look. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back short. We need to touch the hair. We need to totally touch the hair. Touch the corpse's hair before moving on. He's so gonna do it. His hair feels wet, soaked with rain, cold to touch. Not that different from a living person after a swim. What is this? Stroke his hair gently. The stench is suffocating. Strands of dark brown hair start sticking to your hand like thread of ragdoll's head. Keep patting him. More hair sticks to your hand. Hair of the rain-soaked head of a dead man. There are bumps and dips in the skull. An alien landscape. There, dead man. You were someone's child. It's all over now. There, baby. The lieutenant watches you in silence. Okay, write it down. Short, light brown, male, pattern baldness. That was some sick shit, Sikopa. A cuff. Lividity appears consistent with hanging, but it's not. The head is congested. Continuous. Oh wait, contusions are present on the head and chest, consistent with stones thrown, low velocity. Fucking low velocity, shink shonk! The kid explodes. You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Velocity was fucking max? Talking shit about Kuno's velocity? Lieutenant pays no heed. In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp and chest, consistent with predation. Write down, but I meant for high velocity. Ligature mark. The lieutenant produces a small folding knife. With the other hand pulling on the belt, he starts cutting into the polyester. The stench is horrid. After a while, it's obvious the material cannot be cut. The steel wiring, he concedes, breathless. There is too much of it. We need to remove the belt so we can get to the ligature mark. Oh yeah, I'm prepared. Pet the chain cutters. What is with the petting? Healed moral. The hanged man lets out a joyous little bubble of rot from his nose. Good thing we got these. Chain cutters. Pull out the rubber gripped cutters. Always good to think ahead. Now, he points to the rope squeezing the dead man's neck. We need to cut the belt to see the ligature mark below carefully, with as much precision as you can. Kuno! See, my pick is gonna fuck his head off! No, he ain't, see, looks Blaze. Your pick is a boring fuck. Okay, let's look for a good spot to cut first. The belt is equally tight around the whole circumference of his neck, swelling over the edges like white bread rising from the yeast. Right, let's just cut. Okay, let's just cut. After some deliberation, you sink the cutters into the knots, tying the belt together. You squeeze the rubber handles together, sweat forming on your brow. Press down. Snap! The knot is slashed. Another cut, and the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck and the dark red ligature mark around it. The lieutenant kneels closer, running his fingers along the dark red groove until there's a gap. The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of the neck. Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent with a drop from 1.5 meters. Well done. Sounds like it would throw us off if we didn't know. That he was dead? Yes. They moved fast. This is a good treatment. Write it down. Chest is intact. He presses down on it. Normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant. Pelvis intact. Genitalia. He pulls down the man's underpants. Now it's gonna happen, see? I fucking knew it! This is clearly what they have been waiting for ever since the autopsy began. The lieutenant is trying to make it as boring as possible. Genitalia is male and unremarkable, no evidence of injury. Since we know he died during a moment of pleasure, let's ask, does it look like he was enjoying his moment of death? Not from where I look, no, but you're right. Your hunch, it was right. He was having sex when he died. Talking about sex, he's gonna suck him off now, I know it. Let's inspect it for ourselves, shall we? The dead man's penis is average size, congested from the downward collection of blood. The testicles are uneven in length, hanging underneath. The genitalia is greenish. Marbling is present around the crotch. Okay, write it down and move on. Back is symmetrical and intact. He struggles to turn the corpse on his side. Upper and lower extremities are intact but asymmetrical. There are combat injuries on the right hand, thigh and hip. In addition, I see smaller residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his skin. From wounds sustained over 2, maybe more decades. Dispersal and accumulation indicates long and active combat duty. This scarring is extensive, way more than the law officials. He nods. We have a real museum here of battles, wars. Let's write that down. Last item, hands. He takes the man's right hand in his, inspects it, then moves on to the other hand. Pick up the hand. His flesh is cold, icy. Pleased to meet you. Where are you from and what's your name? My name is... I'm only fucking with you. I know where you're from Kobotia. And your name is Il Kobo. What can I do for you, Il Kobo di Kobotia? It's good to hold your hand. Did you like it when I stroked your hair? This is some sick, awesome shit. I did, Kobo, I did. Reminded me of when I was just a small boy. Before this happened to my face and my body. You did me a kindness there. We should do this more often. Be close like this, I mean. Hands are clean, the lieutenant concludes. The dead man's fingers slip from your hand, cold and sausage-like. No sign of injury from struggling. Were we expecting any? Not particularly, him being dead when they carried him over. It is very hard to struggle when you're dead. Death is the end of struggle. Let's write that down. Ooh. He turns to the side to breathe. It's not enough. He buries his face in the sleeve of his jacket. You hear a muffled voice. That's all for the external. Well done. What's next? Oh, it's internal next, guys. Oh, shit. Okay, internal examination. Central nervous system, he says, and then concludes abruptly. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system? Of course, there is a moral to be drawn from it, a moral to the story. If I may add the moral of the story, what would that be? He looks at you inquisitively. The dead man looks too, with barely contained excitement to hear the moral of the story. The brain is very vulnerable to compromises in its blood supply. The lieutenant grins. I think that may well be the moral of every story, officer. Thank you for lightening the mood. It's hard to down. I will write non-applicable. Good. Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. He gets close to the mouth hole, eyes squinting from the stench. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant. What hyoid bone? Sorry, I'm really not familiar with all these terms for the body innerly things. So, I'm sorry, let's see. With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it. Gently. A rotting smell erupts from the mouth. Purge fluids runs down his lips, black and vicious. Yeah, check that fuck off! The hyoid bone is fractured, he says after a while. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact, unremarkable. Write it down. Backhinged, as if in prayer, he begins to pry open the dead man's jaws. Respiratory systems. He stops to exert more force. Both hands are used. Oh, please. Do we have to pry the jaw open? Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen, hemorrhaging present in mucose of the lips on the mouth. From here it looks as though the clown-faced man is screaming. The tendons of his jaw are torn apart, hired ripped from the force of the lieutenant's hands. We have to look inside the dead man's mouth now. Let's go. No scream, no sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there, sickly sweet air unlike anything living. You feel like you're about to throw up again, straight in that mouth of his. Look deeper inside. Oh no! No, we're gonna die! We're gonna die! Oh, help! Help! Can I? Oh no! Quick! Can I take? I can't take anything. I'm gonna die. Oh my god! You feel something in your chest, an unnatural pressure is spreading to your left arm, your jaw. Well, I'm guessing this is bad then. Very, very bad. This is the end. Just let it all go. It's good. I know what happens next. There's no shame in surrendering now. We all do. It gets so dark. You don't even see her face like you always thought you would. You only see pain and fear. Well, you guys, good game. You could have just pressed the plus. Why didn't you say that before? I was looking to take a painkiller or something, whatever you did. You could have just told me that's a plus. Alright, we're done. We're finished. Jesus Christ, that's nearly an hour of gameplay. Fuck me, are you serious? Easy game. I blame El Grande for pushing me over the edge. Right, we need to hurry this through. You were already panicking. I was! Right, first thing we do. We press the plus. Yes, it's your fault! Is that before we talk to him or after? Oh, come on, it's before, isn't it? Oh, shit, you guys. Okay, then, let's do this. Sorry, you guys. I don't know why the saves are so rare. Well, I can go now and grab your water. Yes, you can. Other world 2 will look deeper into the mouth of hell. Wait, what did DJ said? Fucking hell, Sandra, I'm at the purification drink and my cringe limit for today is achieved. I know you can. I was not I didn't remember how to. I didn't remember just to press the plus, the health symbol. I did not know. I couldn't remember. Continue. My area. Apparently so. I remember still what I picked. I also wish I could see it. None of your business. Continue. No, so Union Boss White, continue. My jam is a mysterious fourth thing. What was that? From Disco. Who are they? So you did come from the islands. Okay. I think this race is better than the last. The next one will be the lucky one. Okay, I remember this. Let's show him the mug. This is your kind of thing. Why not with the Hardy Boys, Union. The tattoos. I'm superior to you. What else? Interesting. Let's go over that funky... No, let's not go. No, let's leave. Alright, let's go. We went straight to the body after, so it's not too much. It was just a lot of reading. Okay, DJ. That, whoever wrote this, I'm sorry, genius. I'm really sorry, but I enjoy this dialogue. It's awesome. I mean, what other games let you do this? Come on. There we go. Beautiful. Wipe a tear from your eye. Field, autopsy, continue. Continue. To cut this shit open. Honorary. Yes, like a detective. Do you have a pair of gloves? Gardening gloves. This. Continue. Open your ledger. Continue. Begin. We wrote this. No. We wrote 42-ish. And we write fucky fucky in there. Alright. No, I will not forget. Al Grande already done it. Date of death. Yes, forever. External. Color M. Write it down. Down. Continue. We're still gonna look inside, even though we're gonna lose a health point. I don't care. I saw somebody say that only sad, self-pitying people could love this game, since your character is so messed up. But it seems bizarre to me, since there's so many funny parts. Yeah, I know. I don't get why people would... I don't know. I don't really care what other people think. I think it's great. Write it down. Write it down. Okay, we were touching the hair. We were stroking his hair gently. We will keep patting him. There, baby. Ah. Right, write down short, light brown, male pattern baldness. Some sick shit. Continue. Write down, but aim for high velocity. Okay. We had that with a mark. Oh yeah, I'm prepared. Chain counters, continue. We looked for a good and then we cut. Press down. Continue. Continue. We didn't know. Does he look okay? Continue. Then we'll be inspecting the genitals. Okay. Write down and move on. Back is symmetrical. We were at step 2. Scarring is extensive. Pick up the hands. My name is... Did you like when I stroked your hair? More often. Okay. Internal examination. We start. Central nervous system. The moral of the story, we added this. Thank you for lightening the situation. Okay. Erupts from the mouth, purge fluids run down his lips, black and vicious. Yeah, check that fucker off. Is fractured, he says after, while the rest of the muscular system is intact. Unremarkable. Write it down. Backhinged as in prayer, he begins to pry open the dead man's jaws. Respiratory system, he stops to exert more force. Both hands are used. Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants. Lips and mouth. Okay, here we go. We're gonna lose a health point. From here, it looks as though the clown-faced man is screaming. The tendons of his jaw are torn apart. He had ripped from the force of the lieutenant's hands. Look inside the dead man's mouth. No scream, no sigh of relief. Rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there, sickly sweet air unlike anything living. You feel like you're about to throw up again, straight into that mouth of his. Look deeper inside. I knew, we're good. It's hard. Once more you taste stomach acid in the back of your throat. A contraction. Your throat pumps a little something from your stomach into your mouth. You're forced to swallow just to keep looking. Inside you see darkness, just a mess of meat and darkness. There are ancient mysteries down there, Kobo. Ask me later. Are you serious? The lieutenant lets go of the jaws. The mouth snaps shut before you. Hemorrhaging present in muscles, he repeats impatiently. Okay, write it down. He wipes his brow. What hepatobiliary not explicable? What is that? Why don't we have anything? He looks at the corpse's stomach with a mixture of tiredness and disgust. Are you a hepatobiliary expert? I don't think so. Neither am I. And that's it? That's it. Okay. Same for toxic... Oh, what he ate eaten? Is that it? Same for toxicology and serology. Both? Unless you have untapped reservoirs of knowledge there. The completionist in me wonders if there's something we could still do. Like a toxicology screening, he looks at the monster. At this stage, I doubt processing will find anything, even if he was brimming with cocaine, but still, you should add request. Okay, we did that. Cardiovascular, the body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood has gathered in the hands, feet, and neck. Hypostasis is visually consistent with the hanging. Gastrointestinal. He breathes a sigh of approach. His relief. This is the last field on the list. He looks around to the ground, the pool of faces. Feces there. Of relating to situated near produced in or affecting the liver And bile ducts. Oh, yeah, thank you. I figured it was something like that. Oh. Then he touches the corpse's bloated lower abdomen briefly and says, digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila. Write down. Keep the voila. What's next on the list? Description of injury. Summary. Let's see. He tilts his head. We have bite marks, contusions on head and chest, and a ligature. How do you pronounce this correctly? Ligature mark? Encircling the neck. You will need 3 fields. Leave a 4th one too. Oh, I need to ask. What about the injuries we have afflicted? Oh? He looks incredulous. So, we inflicted them? This was a team effort. You mean the spin-stabilized munition from a Kagel A990 muzzleloader lodged in his lung? That was not a team effort, it just missed my shot. Also, let's not mention it muddies the water. I agree, the waters are muddy enough. See, these pigs are fucking corrupt, the boy nods approvingly. Why don't you fuck them if you love them so much? Now, injuries. Bite marks. He nods. Head, chest and scalp bite marks injuries. Predation by birds has caused damage to the body. Odontologist does not need to be consulted. And your opinion, officer? Beneath the description there are 2 boxes waiting to be ticked. Opinion, fatal injury, non-fatal, post-mortem. Oh, it's not a fatal injury. Agreed. Next injury. Contusions. So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury, a stone. The injury does not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. The perpetrator on the scene has confessed causing it post-mortem. At maximum velocity, fucko! Has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity. The lieutenant's admission has caused great gratitude in Kuno. He is silent with it. Write it down. Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless stones have hit the dead man. Beneath the description of injury, 2 boxes. Non-fatal. Right, next. Ligature mark. Finish the autopsy. A dark red, abraded ligature mark encircling the neck with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured, the cervical column intact. I see hemorrhaging on the skin above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark 1 centimeter, no signs of clawing on the neck. Below the node, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the sides. Why? Awaiting your judgment, the ring is around his neck is visible. No, it's non-fatal, we know this. That's right, no clawing marks on the neck, no signs of struggle on the crime scene, and a witness statement from the perpetrators all confirm wound is post-mortem treatment. That's it. Field autopsy done, detective. All that remains is to see if the alleged cause of death, the bullet, is truly lodged in his brain. I'll leave that to you, colleague, or to processing. I won't force you in there. Wait, we get to go in there? New task. Send Victor's body to processing. Seriously, I can't just back him and drive him to the morgue anytime you tell me to. No need for heroics unless you want to. We're gonna have to do it, but first, tell me something, dead man. Shoot, Loony Rooney. At the autopsy, you said you have ancient mysteries. Oh yes, Kobo Milobo. In the gift horse's mouth, tracks and wakes and waterways, ancient materials buried. Yeah, but to where, brother? Just a small gulp away, my beloved Kobo, a small gulp away. We're gonna go in there, guys. Search the body one more time thoroughly. Your arm reaches out and your eyes close as if by their own volition. It's dark all around. You feel cold, slippery flesh. First with your fingertips, then under the palm of your hands. Here we go. His face, his cheeks, his nose, his fat swollen lips. Like a spider, your hand crawls over his features. Everything is silent. Put your fingers in his mouth. The oral cavity is cold and moist. A ball-like tongue attaches itself to the base of the mouth, lolling around like a scallop. You're on the right track. Okay, wait. We're gonna heal up before we do this. We're gonna heal up. Play with it. It feels right. The tongue moves freely in the cavity. The muscles of the mouth is slippery, delicate to the touch. From the soft meat, teeth are budding. Hard pearls of bone in the gums and in the back of the mouth. Can you feel it? You're so close. Rip his jaws open now. Look in. Open your eyes and look. A vision of black and dark red death, pried open by your naked hands and studded with teeth. Looks like he's laughing, death fumes rising from the throat. And there, in the back of his mouth, above the bell of the uvula, right in the soft palate, you see a hole, barely visible to the human eye. It is swollen shut, almost vanished, no larger than 0.4 centimeters in radius. The edges appear darkened. An abrasion collar, this is what we're after? Touch it with your fingers gently. A black trickle of liquid runs into his throat from the wound. Put your finger in. Your index finger fits right in there. A tight tunnel of flesh opens up. Tissue damage, wide enough for 2 fingers. As you push both in, you reach through his mouth right into his brainstem. The fuck is happening? Oh shit, see? Feel around first. The basal gangula feels clumpy. The bullet has torn apart his reptilian complex. This man will never sleep again, never wake. Push deeper. Your fingers slide into the remains of his limbic system. There's no resistance. It's gelatinous. The slug-like structures are damaged too. The tearing extends deep into both hemispheres. The ululations of the limbic system have ended. All is quiet. Push deeper. Your fingers are all the way in now, reaching towards the inside of his skull. The cavity goes further, but the entry wound isn't wide enough for the rest of your hand to follow. Wriggle in. Your fingers reach towards his skull. His cerebral cortex feels like jelly. Cold jelly. Strange fluid streams down your wrist as you push deeper, until you feel it, on the tip of your finger. Sharp, serrated material. The edges cut right into their skin. This must be the bullet. Let's fish it out. This is a red check. Shit. Well, let's go for it. We are here. We might as well go for it. Ah, shit. You push your hand further in. The bullet keeps rolling between your fingers as you beckon it to come out. Fucking shit! Out comes his small folding knife. The lieutenant moves its blade across the man's skull, searching for the exit wound. There, not towards the shit. I know. Withdraw your hand. 4 centimeters, please. Oh yeah. Pull your fingers back and nod. With a crack, he punches the knife in the skull. Then one more time and one more until the bone comes loose like eggshell. Inside you feel the cello move from his poking. The bullet is still under your finger. Can you push it out? Push. A fractured piece of lead, like a flower, blossoms from the man's head, followed by your finger. Beautiful. A bullet, the lieutenant picks it up between his fingers. Unknown caliber, rifled. You may remove your hand from the victim's head now, officer. Well done. Here's your prize. He drops the bullet in an evidence bag and puts it in your hand. Your other hand, the one not covered in blood and cerebral cortex. He turns to his notebook. We need to add an item to the injury list. Injury number 4. Oval entry wound with an abrasion collar. Soft palate, black back of the mouth. High velocity temporary cavity in brain tissue. Small exit wound on the occiput. He underlines the injury forcefully. How does that sound? Yeah, no. Sounds like heaven. Opinion, fatal injury. This concurs with the Hardy Boy story and clashes. Click, click goes the pen, and one last thing we should amend injury number 3. Legitimate mark, treatment. It's obviously the Hardy Boys tampered with it. Maybe the bullet holds more answers. Yes, we should take a closer look at it. I'm certain it has more to tell us. This little thing could reveal much about the weapon that shot it. I think I need to wash myself. Oh, he nods. You really, really do, and I am glad to hear you say that. Your room in the Whirling Inn Rex should come with a bathroom. Be sure to make use of it in the evening. But you leave me like this till the evening? It is evening, right? Okay, what happens next? I know, it was bloody beautiful, wasn't it? We bag the corpse and carry him to the holding pen of my kinema. I can transport him to the processing myself, but I will be gone for the rest of the day. You'll be gone? What should I do in the meanwhile? Work on the case, tend to personal matters, try not to do anything too dangerous? An officer needs backup in a neighborhood like this. I'll leave the choice to you, and one more thing, he looks you in the eye. Great work, detective. The word lingers in the air of the basement, far away. Ice cream makers are buzzing and the sea wind blows outside. Detective. After you bag the corpse, Kim will leave the party until tomorrow morning. You can do side tasks and even the main case, but it might be more difficult. Plan this exit accordingly. I still need him. We need to phone. Before I want to do the side case, I want to phone. We need to phone the library, I think. So wait, leave. We need to go to the car first. What's this? Oh, the thought is complete. Oh yeah, the communism. We are communists now. Evil child murdering billionaire still rule the world with a shit-eating grin. All he has managed to do is to make himself sad. He is starting to suspect Krasmasov. fucked him over personally with his socio-economic theory. It has, however, made him into a very, very smart boy with something like university degree in truth. Instead of building communism, he now builds a precise model of this grotesque, duplicitous world. Oh god. Left-wing dialogue options give +4 experience. What, we got minus visual, minus authority? Fuck. We need to forget at some point. I don't like this. We should have never opted in. Anyway, we need to quickly phone. And then I call it a night as well. It's been the 7.5 hour stream. It's quite enough for today then. There was a lot of talking. So wait, we need to quickly phone. Call. Precinct. Set of steering leaves. Pick up the radio. To the Shamrock Public Library. I'm afraid they're closed. Oh no! Oh fuck! Shit. We should try again during business hour. Do we need to report the dead body? Oh, let's run the serial number from a pair of armored boots. Alice, sure, officer, what's the number and the make of the armor if you know it? E50-100,000, the make and the model of the armor is Fairweather T500 FE. Got it. I'll contact the ICP database immediately. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully they will have dug up something useful by then. What's the ICP? The International Collaboration Police. She seems confused for a second. They keep detailed records of all military technology produced by licensed manufacturers. That's one reason the moral intent spearheaded the creation of the ICP in the first place. Okay, that body. One moment, you can hear her shuffling through some papers. Can you please describe the body, age, sex, cause of death? An unidentified middle-aged man, height 170 to 175 centimeters, dark hair, medium build, looks like he slipped, fell through a hole in the boardwalk and hit his head against the metal bench. We suspect he might have been inebriated when he fell. There were bottles all around him and traces of vomit on his shirt. Any signs of violence? No. It seems like it was an accident. No field autopsy necessary, she repeats. What about his belongings? Did you examine his clothes? He was wearing boots, trousers, and an old leather jacket with a bright blue lining. I found a library card from his pockets. Any information on the library card? It's from Central Shamrock Public Library. It belongs to someone named Billy Mishan. Good. You have a lead. Did you and Lieutenant Kitsuragi want to take the case, or should I assign someone else? We are taking the case. I have assigned the case to Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi. Please follow up on this library lead to identify the man. We will send someone to take the body to the morgue. That's all for now. Thank you for reporting in. Is there anything else I can do for you? No, I'm done for now. 57th over and out. Her voice disappears into the void. Close the door. Yeah, it's one of the more negative thoughts. Really? Yes, it is. I still had to do it because I like the text so much. And my inner voices kept telling me to opt in, so who am I to resist the inner voices, right? Right, let's back the sucker up and drive him off. The man is decomposing visibly now. Every hour he looks less like a creature and more like a pile of intestines. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses. Okay, let's back him. Take him away. Alright. He takes out a shiny black body bag and starts pulling the plastic over the dead man's face. I will need a little help carrying him. You take the hands, I'll take the legs. Back the corpse and drag it to the motor carriage. Right, finally alone, and this is the time where I save. Which I should do more often, considering the save spots they have are really far apart, time-wise. Override, okay. Right, you guys, that's it for today. We will continue this and finish this. I don't know how far I am into story. I don't know how long this game lasts. I don't know what else is there to do. So yeah, I will talk to you guys tomorrow and see you there. And thank you for watching. And have a good night. And sleep well. Bye bye.